Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you how to get set up as a player of MudRev. So, in the previous video, I set it up on a server as a sysop would do. Now, as a player, and I want to go into this expanded version of MajorMUD, I want to know how to get set up correctly. So, first thing I've done is I've installed and activated MegaMUD. So, if I go to register, it shows me it's registered. There's the username and registration code. The next thing I would do is set up my board connection, but before that we need to make sure we have the paths needed that MudRev expects. So if you go into MudInfo and you go to the MudRev board, there is a MudRev paths.zip, and so I'm going to go ahead, first of all, close MegaMUD, and I will download this. And here's all the paths, so I think I put it into default and just copy and paste over. Okay. So this will enable MegaMUD to know about all the new areas, all the new rooms that are pertinent to MudRev. That's super helpful to not have to build this from scratch, to not have to look through MudInfo. While this is going, I'm going to get MMUD Explorer going. So MajorMUD Explorer is a way to view the DATs as a player companion. So let's go ahead and download this. 1.82. Get that installed. I'm on Windows 10 here. That's fine. Okay. Go ahead and launch it. That's fine. Okay. So, this is MajorMUD Explorer. I've talked about this on the MajorMUD specific version of the board. And so, again, this is a baseline for viewing DATs. It comes with a baseline static 1.11p. Again, we want MudRev here. So let's go back to the MudRev forum, find the MME export, which does not appear to be anywhere. Okay, here it's MegaMUD MME export right here. Any chance this is still valid? Okay, good, still works. This is Darkwood BBS. So probably the best way to go about this is to export it from Nightmare. But this will allow us to get a version of it, which is probably not far off. Okay, so that downloaded now in my MME. I don't need that open anymore. It's just right here. Sorry, on this one I will replace. Yeah. So now I will go ahead and open a data file. I put it in downloads, Darkwood, baby, yes. Okay, here we go. So it's reloading with the MME DATs. So now you can see it was exported 9/18/2020. If I look at the classes, just to spot check here, we have 25 classes. That's correct. The races, we should have 18 in the radio. And then, yeah, so this has all the static stuff as well. All the new spells are in here. If I go all the way to the bottom, we should see some. Yeah. So here we have some, let's see some higher sundry items. These are distinct for MudRev. If I look at some of the higher monsters, giant pink bunny. Yep, that's MudRev. Okay, so sure enough, this is the DATs we needed. Let's go ahead and load MegaMUD now. MegaMUD. I did not put it anywhere handy yet, but I will do that right now. Okay, so right now it's telling me the room is not used by any path file. Okay. It's going to ask me that on a few of these probably. Okay, just 4 of them. So here's my MegaMUD. Now I'm going to go ahead and set up a new character. Now this is just as you would do it from from MajorMUD. There's nothing distinct here. So again, basic MegaMUD install. Well, the first thing we do is we go to Telnet and we set up our BBS. So our BBS is array_mud with the address being mine. And that should be enough to get connected. And here we got more that's not used. So there's some sort of conflict I'll have to resolve. I think I'm going to go with the custom room removal. Okay. If I were to connect, let's set up a new user here. So my goal is to set up one of each of the classes. So I have 17 to 25. I have 9 of these here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'll start with the Templar. Now you can see it's Priest 2 Scale Mail. So what do I think is a good Priest 2 class? Something with, I'll just put dummy stuff here until I get to the name. Okay, so I'll call me Templar. Now I'll set up auto login in a bit, just as you would with MajorMUD, but again, we could see I'm on the MudRev board. What I want for a race is the question. So something that has high wisdom. The highest wisdom folks are elf, half elf with these updates. I also want high all around. I'm not really caring about experience at this point. I'll have to give some thought to what I want these to be. For now, and I plan to re-roll this, I'll just go ahead and create something, a Serpentkin. 18. Templar is 16. Not lawful. Templar, sir. And then give myself some health and kick this off. Serpentkin is 50% experience addition. Poison immune, quite a bit of stats added. Resist water, which is the poison, but loses our fur and gets our coal. Okay. That's pretty good. I think I have not played a lot of MudRev, but Templar, let's call him. And then any weapon is pretty good. So yeah, this is going to be one of the strong beasts that I have. Okay, so yeah, just showing you again how MudRev is set up. If I were to wait for this to get set up, I'll show you some of the areas that go to up here. And here we are. So presumably there's some new ones in here, although I'm not seeing them. It's possible I did not set this up correctly because I would expect there to be some new groups. So I may have to circle back with the right way to get the paths in here. So hold tight. This is very much a work in progress and a learn as I learn. So I will try this again once I figure out how to get the paths in there. Okay, so I have figured out what I was missing. So there was another forum thread. This is under the MajorMUD forum for MegaMUD setup. It tells you how to do the MudRev path specifically. So here's a zip file. It tells you to delete 3 of these, which I'll do in a second. And then copy it into your MegaMUD chars all directory. So here I'm in MegaMUD chars all. This should have all the paths. I'll go ahead and delete the 3 I mentioned, which was DGNA, here we go. Okay, that's the first one. PTRMS ECW, that's the second one. SPCWPTRM, the third one. Okay, I did that. Now I'll load this up. And it says to go into game data, paths, and then scan. You need to do the scan, otherwise it won't recognize it. Now, if I were to connect, Okay, see on the bottom there it's scanning. No. Those are the 3. It's still some conflicts, which I'm going to remove the default on all these. I'm not sure what the deal is, but that's okay. All right, so now I'm going to connect and we should be able to see it. Boom, 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 and there we are. Finally, yes, okay. Now we see the expanded areas. South wind is a big one, so we can navigate to them with MegaMUD now. Venchar, Elemental Forest. Very good. So that's how you set up MegaMUD. That's how you get the paths for MudRev, and that's how you get ready to play on a MudRev board. And it's also how you get your MME going. So if I look at Mizzo the Lich for monsters, hopefully I can find Mizzo here, right there. So it can tell me more information about any of them as well if I want to dive in and see what they drop, see how hard they hit, etc. So that's it for the MudRev board setup. Next video, I'm going to be creating my characters and getting them started scripting in preparation for first boss fights, first quests. Okay, thanks for watching.